Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over one of the teams that I said were the 6 best teams in Great League Remix. So I'm pretty sure you know which one this is going to be. As you can see, no hat today, got a haircut. Yeah, it's going to be the Shadow Hypno Dubwool Greedent team. It just, it spoke to me when I saw the list anyways, so wanted to definitely try it out and show y'all how it did, and it did very well. As I thought it would. Hypno is actually really good in this meta from what I've seen so far, not really getting hard countered by too much. Really, the biggest thing that I saw today that was really bad for Hypno was, okay, there is Mandibuzz, which is kind of everywhere, and Mandibuzz is actually really good against this team in general, but you'll see how we play through some of those Mandibuzz matchups. And then also we have Obstagoon, which is kind of really difficult for this team. And I'll show you an Obstagoon matchup that I played out today as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. But first, if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. And if you think you're subscribed, go ahead and double check. A lot of people say that they don't know that they're, or they think they're subscribed, and then they find out that they're not. And yeah, you can remedy that right now. Also, only 33% of y'all watching this video are subscribed. So definitely hit that subscribe button. I know you're out there. All right, let's get into it. That's not the right thing. There we go. That's also not the right thing. All right, 1 second. All right, we're back. We fixed it. And not only did we fix that, again, confusion on Hypno, which is fantastic. Finally corrected that one as well. And I'll say that Greedent has been the safe swap for me, but I've actually really been liking Greedent as sort of like a finisher as well with this team. With Trailblaze, you can sort of push through a lot of things. But I will say that Dubwool is kind of our really only answer to the dark types in this meta. The dark types in this meta specifically being, Umbreon's in this meta too. We did play against one Umbreon today. Mandibuzz and Obstagoon, and for Scrafty, I guess, kind of as well, but we never ran into a Scrafty. But yeah, Dubwool is your real answer to those specific dark types. So kind of anytime those come up, you have to come in Dubwool. And then you're really hoping to sweep with Greedent, which is when I found out that I really like Greedent as the closer. So anyways, let's get into this game. Pelipper, we obviously have Thunder Punch here, so they definitely don't want to be in here. They end up coming in with Umbreon. I guess this was the one Umbreon we ran into. Umbreon's very tough for this team in a general sense as well, because it auto beats Hypno, obviously, but it is just out bulking and really outclassing Dubwool and Greedent, but you should be able to win with Dubwool. I do mess up in this game a little bit, if I remember right. I throw at bad timing, but also they would live, I believe, because even though we have a fighting fast attack, it is double kick, which is double kick on Dubwool kick. Anyways, let's ignore anything that's happening right there. And yeah, even though we do have a fighting type attack move for our fast attack, it is an energy generation move at the end of the day. So yeah, they end up coming in with what's this thing's name? Diggersby. Yeah, but they are going to be able to quick attack us down, which is not great. But we do end up keeping Switch here, which means that we're going to be facing that Hurricane. Wait, what? I am so bad at the names in this game. Anyways, why can't I remember it? Pelipper. Okay, let's ignore anything that happened there. Anyways, we get the Trailblaze off. We're able to now hit this with with charged up body slams, which are going to be neutral against Pelipper, but Pelipper is very squishy in general. I decide, since I get the hit off there, I can go ahead and use the shield advantage here on Hypno to sort of just fast attack this all the way down. And now you have to make a call whether you think this is going to be a Hurricane or not. They did go up to it, so it's a matter of just 50-50, and ends up being a weather ball water type. But they do get the Hurricane off, and you just survive a Hurricane. Hypno is very bulky, even though this is a shadow version. They end up having Victini in this one. So I do remember about a year ago, there was a meta that was very Victini heavy. I think it was the Psychic meta, and Victini was very good in that. I think it's actually going to be pretty good in this as well, even though this is the only person I saw with it. But you do have to worry about Quagsire, which is the worst part of it. Since we have an energy lead, I decided to go for the Trailblaze against the Greedent mirror match here, because our Body Slams will be doing so much against this on the way back that we'll probably end up being able to win switch here or even get the shield back. And then we can also just probably just win this matchup outright and then have energy going into the next matchup and hitting something with the charged up Body Slams as well. But then I decide, you know what, their switch clock is really messed up because they stayed in for so long that I am going to come in with Dubwool, which is very, very good against the Greedent, obviously. The only thing is Dubwool is not very bulky compared to a lot of the other mon in this, not only in this cup, but just in general in the Great League meta. But it is very spammy. You get to Body Slam in 3 with the double kick there. And yeah, going to be able to spam out a bunch of this. I think at this point, I'm kind of all in on Greedent. I'm not exactly going to beat things with Hypno. I'm not, and when I say things, I mean specifically not going to be able to beat Victini here. So now I have to make a call. The switch clock is up because we switched at almost the same time. So, well, they switched a lot further after. So I'm actually going to throw Thunder Punch here because I'm pretty sure I could just farm this down anyways. So I can throw the resisted move into it. And then I end up coming in with Greedent because I want to save a little bit of HP on the Hypno, and I want to get a little bit of energy advantage here. They do come in with their own Greedent, so they are going to take this hit, but it's fine because we're going to have to throw Body Slam into this anyways. They're going to come back in with Victini almost 100%. We do outpace Victini, and we are hitting it for super effective fast attacks, which is something. And now we're probably going to get the shield, and then we can let them hit us with a V-Create here, or if they try to go for a farm down, we can definitely make it to a Body Slam. And they do try to go for that farm down, which makes sense on their side because if they throw a V-Create at us, they're going to lower their defense by a ton. So I think it's 3 stages attack defense debuff. All right, Mantine lead here. Obviously, Thunder Punch is double super effective, but this matchup's kind of weird because they get to the move here about the same time as you, and it's all a matter of making sure that you don't accidentally throw Thunder Punch into something that is going to be pretty bad. I do that right here. I thought I waited a turn, but to be fair, I definitely probably didn't because Confusion is a 4-turn move. So sometimes you can think you're waiting the turns and you're not. So definitely just wait for that third wing attack to come through. We do get to the Trailblaze here, which is lucky enough is going to be super effective. Now, without the Thunder Punch, you're technically not going to one-shot this this Quagsire. But now that it's actually lower here, you definitely are going to be able to get it down. The only thing is, can you survive any of these? And I can definitely get to a second Trailblaze. Are they going to expend 2 shields on this Quagsire to maintain swap? If they do, I'll probably just shield anyways. And since they don't, I can definitely get to this Body Slam. It is going to be double attack boosted, so it's actually going to do quite a lot of damage to this Mantine, even though both these mon are very bulky and usually it wouldn't do that much. Going to be able to come in after this with Hypno and try to go for a Confusion down. They end up coming in with Gligar, which is great because we do have the Ice Punch. They end up shielding, but it's fine. We have double with 2 shields, and we're definitely going to be able to get through this and the Mantine. All right, they come in with Toxapex, a little weird. I decide I'm not going to throw energy. I'm just going to switch to this Greedent. They are going to have a Sludge Wave available, though, which is going to do a decent amount of damage here. The only thing we have to be worried about is a double Sludge Wave with the boosted energy here. I do decide to go for the Trailblaze just to give us a little bit more damage because I'm pretty sure that I am going to shield probably this next move. So if I already know in my head that I'm going to shield, I might as well be boosting this Greedent up and hopefully using this extra Body Slam damage going into the next matchup. We do get to farm up a ton as it does take a long time for Toxapex to get to its moves. In fact, to get to the Brine, it is 766, I'm pretty sure. And then it obviously takes like 10 or 11 to get to the Sludge Wave. But they would obviously throw Brine into us since we're very low at this point. They do come back in with the Gligar here, but yeah, it was the Gligar lead. But now we're able to get 2 Body Slams off, and I do decide to switch here because I'm going to throw a back-to-back move here and basically try to get both the shields. And if he does switch into something else, I can, maybe let Hypno go. We have neutral things in the back for this, but I decide since he's going to throw something here that I can shield this and have basically a lot of different coverages for the things in the back. They do end up coming with a Clodsire, so I am throwing super effective confusions into this. I go up to 3 confusions here, which is going to be basically the equivalent of 6 poison jabs for this, and it does take 7 for it to get to Stone Edge. So was able to do a ton there, and I decided to stay in and let them throw the energy here, because if they let a confusion actually roll off, it is actually going to do a ton of extra damage. And then I only have Dubwool here, but it does get to its moves very fast, so that we do outpace in the end to a second Stone Edge here, which is obviously fantastic for us. We're going to come back into the Greedent matchup the Gligar matchup, and they're going to be one Body Slam away. Okay, Deoxys is another one of the very difficult matchups. You basically have to bait that you are running Shadow Ball. Technically, you can take one of these. Sometimes I shield, sometimes I don't. And it ended up being a Rock Slide, which is weird. Great for me, because Thunderbolt obviously does a lot more damage. So we do end up getting a shield here. And I'll probably have to shield this move and probably go for another bait. I think they end up trying to catch here on the Shadow Ball. And they end up coming in with an Obstagoon. Oh, no, this is the game where I messed up. I thought I messed up against the Umbreon. I definitely messed up here because, double kick going to be super effective. I really should be throwing these Body Slams. I think I go for one more and then I try to go for a Body Slam, but, oh, they end up having Obstruct. Oh, that's so bad timing. I mean, it's not bad timing. I was going for good timing. But the problem is I took way too much damage in the interim, and now I'm just going to get hit by one counter from the DD. And yeah, I can throw Payback into it, which is super effective, but I can't throw 2 moves, which I would have loved to have thrown double Body Slam into this. So yeah, big mistake here by me. I'll probably come back in with Hypno, going to try to throw a little damage into this. Now we're all in on Greedent, and really going to hope that they're weak against Greedent here in the back. I do want to get a start on the damage coming through here. I think if I remember right, it is a Poliwrath. So it's a triple counter team, which people do run this type of team in Open Great League, and it is very good. I think they usually use Vigoroth, which Vigoroth obviously being banned in this cup, going to be good for me. The problem is he's at too much energy. I'd love to farm this down. Oh, it's Power Up Punch. So he probably only gets one more Power Up Punch through. Yeah, so I'll live this. But he has energy on the DD, right? So we're going to get Psycho boosted before I can get to the Thunder Punch. No! Alright, GG's. That's a tough lead. But we could have won this one. I just messed up in the Obstagoon. I saw the Obstruct and got so... The greed was so real in my eyes. Alright, they throw a move here. I can go for 2 more Confusions. Remember that Confusion is a 4-turn move, and that Charm is a 3-turn move, so 2 Confusions is 8 turns, 3 Charms is 9 turns, so 8 being less than 9, you're going to get under there, and that is perfect timing with Confusion against Charm. They end up coming in with a Flygon, Shadow Flygon, which is very interesting. I do think it can be good, but it is super frail. I decided to hard switch. We CMP on this move. It's definitely a Dragon Claw being shot off here by the Flygon, but yeah, we're going to be able to paste the same amount, and I just want to do damage to this. It is a Shadowmon. It is very frail. I could try to counter it all the way down, but it would take a shield. Now I'm definitely going to come in with Greedent, but I should wait the timer out since I did KO their Frontmon, and I hard swapped, so our timer's not ready, and theirs is, so... Ends up being a Diggersby, another one actually. How good is this Mon in this cup? I actually think it is very good. I forgot, I don't think I showcased any teams with the bunny on it, but I do think it is very good and is worth mentioning as a good Mon to be using in this cup. The only thing is, it is kind of weak against something like Mantine, which I think there's going to be a high usage of. Again, with Vigoroth out, a lot of things actually have a lot of play in this meta. Diggersby being one of them, although Diggersby is pretty good against Vigoroth in a general sense anyways with the Scorching Sands. I made sure not to throw my first Trailblaze until I saw if I got the debuff or not. I don't think if y'all noticed that or not, because I don't want to throw Trailblaze after I'm already debuffed. So I waited to let them throw first, see if I got debuffed. If I got debuffed, I was going to switch to Hypno right away, just remove that debuff and have a lot of energy on the Greedent. But since I didn't, I was willing to go all in on the Trailblazes there in the 1v1 matchup there. All right, Mantine. They already caught me once, so I decided to wait and see them throw a move there, or a wing attack rather, and this will be double super effective, so it probably would KO at that range. They throw in really bad timing here. Luckily for me, I am going to shield this move no matter what, because, well, one, they've already thrown on bad timing. I do wait this time. Confusion's hard to wait for, but we learned from our first mistake, and yeah, going into the Gligar, going to hit it with the Ice Punch, going to come in with double. Even though it is resisted, we hit these moves really fast, so, and we can definitely take one of the hits, even though double is very kind of frail. We are able to take, obviously, one hit from things, so that's nice. All right, they end up coming in with a Poliwrath. I go to 4 here because 4 would actually be the wild charge, and I want to see if I can get a shield here if I can. Probably we're going to end up giving them the shield back as soon as we come in with Hypno. They get to the move before us, so that's very unlucky. It is an Icy Wind, okay. They do end up switching into the Mantine, but I'm perfectly fine throwing this into the Mantine. I'm going to switch, because at this point they're in Trailblaze range, and I should basically pace the same to an Icy Wind and outpace to a Scald. And this should be able to basically KO this Mon from that HP, especially the Shadow variant. Venusaur is an interesting pick. Oh, I switched so slow into Sableye. I just didn't know what to do there. Definitely should have gone into Greedent instantly. So if y'all are thinking about it, go instantly into Greedent. I don't know why I switched so slowly into this matchup. Now, in saying that, I am going to get a boost here, and I do remember this game playing very weirdly. I don't even know what they're doing. They have so much energy. The only thing that could be maybe happening is, yeah, they're just letting me get infinite moves off, and I don't understand that. So, what do I think is happening? Do they have Return and Power Gem? That would be a weird moveset. No, they have Foul Play. And then they let me farm them down here. Yeah, I don't understand what happened there, and then they just leave. Alright, Mandibuzz lead. Obviously very difficult. We do come in a double every time. I don't really like coming into this matchup with Greedent. They can do a lot of damage to Greedent, and I figure I'm going to need just a hard carry at the end of the game, and the only thing that can do that is Greedent with the Trailblaze. Buffing its moves up and then hitting at things with really fast body slams. So I decide a hard pivot into double is actually fine. And I do this multiple times against Mandibuzz switch-ins. And then I'm just kind of hoping they think that I'm throwing wild charges, but I don't think anyone's ever shielded the Mandibuzzes. They end up coming with Magnezone, which is interesting because it is taking super effective from the moves, but at the same time, I think this is a mirror shot. Why do they do me like this? Okay, we're going to go for the body slam, and if they shield, we'll probably just shield again and try to farm down and just have a ton of energy on this Greedent and hope that that can really push through a lot of things. Again, we already said we're kind of all in on the hard carry Greedent, so I'm going to be perfectly fine just going that route. We have a ton of energy. They end up coming in with a Salazzle, which is weird. I want to switch to Hypno as soon as possible, but Switch is not up, so I'm going to go for good timing here. First time I didn't go for good timing because I didn't understand what that fire type was going to be. Thought it could have been a Marowak. I just didn't see the poison typing fast enough, I think. We're just going to let this go through. And if we actually do get to like a Thunder Punch or the Ice Punch, doesn't matter. We're going to be throwing a super effective move into the Mandibuzz, and I'm sure they're not going to want that to go through, so they do throw their energy here. And now it's a matter of how much damage can we get across the board against this thing. Greedent obviously is the thing that is going to live a move, and I have a feeling that double could get farmed down. So at the very least, I want to get this as low as possible. Hope that double has a chance to maybe double kick this down. Although we're gonna live this, and we're gonna definitely already have the body slam, so that's GG. And I don't know who wins CMP between these two, to be honest. I guess I assume Greedent. All right, Poliwrath lead, and they switch into Frostlass, and I just instantly switch into Greedent, into Greedent. But this matchup's not that great either. I am going to go for the move that's going to give me super effective, or I keep saying super effective when I mean +1 attack. I guess it kind of makes your moves seem like they're super effective at this point. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but this thing is frail, so I'm going to bait the next one with a body slam. Obviously, it's going to outpace, so I do go for the shield, since we did switch into it very slowly, having the Hypno confusion lead, getting stuck in those body slams. Oh, that's right. I go for the Trailblaze here, and then I'll go for the body slam since I'm going to be +2. But it is double resisted. We do have to remember that. It is a ghost type, but they're actually pretty far from the next move. I think 2 or 3 away. So, okay. My county's horrific, I guess, in the post recording. But we have a body slam, and this is 2 times extra now. It is into a Ferrothorn, which luckily we do have a double kick, which is going to be super effective. But double isn't exactly the best thing against this in a general sense. But, you know, going to be doing a lot of damage anyways. Going to be able to throw this Thunder Punch. Remember, Hypno does lose CMP against Poliwrath in a sense, but we did throw those 2 confusions earlier, which will allow us to get to the moves obviously very quickly here. I kind of just want to throw a super or a charge attack into this Ferrothorn at this point, and luckily I am able to do that, which means double kicks are probably going to end up being able to do a lot. We do have to remember they do still have a shield, so I need to probably go up to double body slam here or commit to a farm down. And I believe I'm at double body slam right now, and I think they're 3 away from the next move. So yeah, gonna throw back-to-back body slams, and that's gonna be GG. Even though Ferrothorn is pretty bulky and it does resist the body slams, obviously they're at like 3% HP. They're not gonna be able to out. Whoa, okay, edited that weirdly, didn't see the ending. All right, well, we obviously won that game. You could see they had no more shields, and we had thrown a move. So yeah, this team's pretty good. Obviously, shades of Hypno Double Dark in a way different meta. Although I think Umbreon and we saw Umbreon and Scrafty is allowed, so I probably will throw in a Hypno Double Dark at some point. Yeah, if you like this video, hit the like button, and if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.